the layers become thinner and thinner. And we get to the very deepest part of the ice sheet where we think we might be 1.5 million years old. We've been with this system here. We've been analyzing some ice like that. We could essentially slice apart the ice, very small amounts, and then measure just the tiniest bits. Seal it off really, really well, and then we use these really strong pumps here to suck out all the lab air from the vessel. Melt the sample, and you see the bubble pop open there and just break the ice apart. So that's that ancient air being released. There at a site where we could find the oldest ice. What we're looking at here is a piece of ice from Antarctica that's 10,000 years old. And we'd love to know what the carbon dioxide and methane was like at that time, because we want to know if our current rates of CO2 and methane emissions are unprecedented.
So we're currently in the minus 25 freezer of the British Antarctic Survey, and here we do the cutting of our samples. We get deliveries of precious ice core samples. They come as cylinders that have been drilled vertically through the ice, and they're capturing a whole history from the present towards hundreds of thousands of years back, depending on how deep they are. Place them up here, lower them down with a tiny hole in the middle, and it's heated. It's heated to a temperature that...
Studying there, so unfortunately, was kind of the go-to person for the village. Yeah.
Okay.
That's at least my opinion. But yeah, people have noticed the difference with that person.
What's in terms of
I just imagine you doing very
running ice shaft now? Yeah. Oh, there it is, Bertrand Island. Yeah. So that was the kind of deep ice cores that BAS has done on their own as a part.
In the little tub on top, you've got a limpet and you've got a brittle star. And then on the bottom of the a sea cucumber, and then you've got two of the giant sea spiders feeding away, aren't they, in the background here. So obviously we can do a certain amount of time in the Antarctic. So when you pierced into the cucumber, it's just sucking the cucumber up. That's where we collected them. I'm one of the scuba divers, so I could easily have collected these animals.
I know that there was a team who
The critical thing is that although the polar regions are, right at the limits of our planet, in fact, what is happening in climate change in the polar regions is actually affecting the whole planet. The most significant thing is that glaciers are coming off the land, are shedding icebergs into the water. This is ice that was on land, and that is increasing the sea level. So the sea level is changing globally, not just around Antarctica. And of course, if we increase the sea level, that affects all the low-lying areas around the whole world. So what we're trying to do is plan the future of our science more now than we used to, because I think it's really so urgent that we can understand how our climate is changing, and we need to be able to tell the relevant people so we need to support the relevant people in making good decisions about renewable energy, about how to save carbon, and how to live in better balance with our planet. So the changing technology that we'll be using is really revolutionary now, and isn't something that we've had over, say, the last 10 years. So in particular, we'll be using autonomous vehicles, or in other words, marine robots, drones, all kinds of new technology which is more using renewable energy and not using fuel. So that's really quite critical. So
we have a team of AI experts that are developing AI and machine learning toolkits that will help in optimizing fuel use for cruise planning. So they are developing tools that will sit alongside the master of the ship, and it will help him take more informed decisions on how to go from A to B. We are developing, as we say, the Google Maps of the Southern Ocean. So this is a really important piece of work that will help us run the ship more efficiently and reduce the risk